Okay, today we're serving up some red-hot moral panic from some homophobic lunatics. Ooh, I don't know how else to describe them, though. On the subject of evil, rainbow pictures and murals, gay stuff. Apparently pictures are turning all your toddler sons into gay communists now. What a worry. Absolutely disgusting World Pride mural defaced overnight after being frowned upon by locals. A police investigation is underway after vandals defaced a controversial kink and BDSM-inspired World Pride mural in Sydney CBD overnight, following calls from locals to take it down. The York Street wall painting by YCK Laneways featured a furry man in leather bondage with a teddy bear head lying on a couch with a pride flag and a beer can. It was created to promote the consortium of local shops in nearby streets, but some Sydney-siders have since labelled it as disgusting, sick, and extremely inappropriate for children. Where the hell do we draw the line here? One critic questioned. This is extremely inappropriate, especially for children seeing this, to say the least. I don't care how much time, effort or money went into making this mural, I don't see pride and acceptance here. It's grooming. Another added, absolutely disgusting that you think this is okay to have in a public space where children walk by. Nothing to do with pride either. How embarrassing and shameful. I reached out for comment from the man himself, Scottie Marsh, who's painted both this mural and many other murals standing in solidarity in one form or another with the LGBT community for many, many years now, to find out what his perspective was.
You've been doing murals, you know, for World Pride, LGBT stuff for years, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Should be getting close to a decade, I reckon.
How long have you been dealing with organised homophobes for, accordingly?
Yeah, pretty much the whole time, yeah.
This mural was done by Scottie Marsh. It was a commission for YCK Laneways World Pride Festival, including, up-and-coming Sydney Mardi Gras and so on and so forth. He says it was meant to be a Vladimir Putin mural originally, which is funny.
This was meant to be originally a mural with Putin's face on it. I assumed that was because, Vladimir Putin, obviously quite notably homophobic, kind of funny to co-opt him into a mural to celebrate World Pride. Am I on the right track there?
Yeah, exactly the right track. Well, I had a bit of a brief, just paint something fun for Pride. It was an open brief. I have a book of mural ideas, and there was a few Putin kind of drag ones in there that have been sitting on the shelf for a while. So I was like, oh, that'd be a good one. Putin as the Russian bear, drinking White Russian. At the last minute, the day I was supposed to start painting, the property owner actually vetoed it. And so I was like, oh, what are we going to do? I was like, I'll just stick a bear head on him because he's a bear,
Yeah.
Makes sense. And just do a little tribute, something fun for the bears to go enjoy. I was a little bit deflated, to be honest with you, because I was really hyped on the Putin idea.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just have to paint the bear, I didn't see this coming at all.
It's a funny picture. In a world in which it's okay to be gay, it's just a funny picture. However, in a world in which it's not okay to do or be or say anything gay, in a world of homophobes, it's a Marxist conspiracy to turn your son into a gay communist. And remember, there's a lot of brainwashed cunts out there who think that everything that has a rainbow on it is a Marxist conspiracy to turn your son into a gay communist. Teddy bear symbology is well-known code amongst pedophiles. If I wore a shirt that said straight male pride, probably get put on the government watch list. So let's be very clear on where I stand on this. You're all fucking weasels. You're not even awake enough, to borrow your lingo, to be able to be honest about your own homophobia. You have to butter your homophobia up by moralising and pretending you're worried about kids. You're not worried about kids. You just don't like gay things.
They've got nothing to attack, because if they can't just go bash a gay, that would be homophobic,
Yeah.
If they can frame it in this we're protecting the children thing. And then I paint a mural. It gives them a target, They can go destroy the mural. They feel like they've fucking saved the world. and they ride off on their noble steed.
He's one of these interchangeable, morally bankrupt fucking weasels. This one's a cynically exploitative conspiracist kook called Dave O'Nees. If you don't know Dave, basically he's a lying, grifting MLM parasite who realised in 2020 that the anti-lockdown movement would allow him to make more money off idiots than MLM ever did.
This disgusting image of this hairy man with his hand near his balls and his leather-clad getup and a teddy bear mask is clearly designed to entice children. This is grooming, folks. Grooming openly on the streets of Sydney, introducing adult kink and fetishes and trying to entice young minds into thinking this sort of thing is normal and appealing.
Just in case you didn't know, this guy, Dave O'Nees, raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for flood relief last year, but he's since faced an investigation over it by the Office of Fair Trading. Now he's facing charges of conducting an unlawful appeal for support and converting monies, the latter of which basically means spending fundraising money on, for example, I don't know, yourself, or otherwise not acquitting where the fuck it went to. So I would think that this cunt is the last cunt in the world to get to accuse anyone else of exploitation over anything, you know? Among the comments from angered locals on a video of the mural being created was calls to remove the painting, with one mum going an extra step further, suggesting someone should paint over it. Call out to all the men, go to Wynyard and paint over this filth, she commented. And someone did just that.
To be honest, man, it's fucking sad because it was a week for people to celebrate gay culture and have a good time, you know, and it's a fucking killjoy. So in that sense, I feel horrible to bring like this bad juju, you know, to kind of reawaken this bad juju at this time, but it wasn't intentional.
You've been painting murals for years. It's just that now we've got this healthy, improved network of organised homophobes, right? You know what I mean? I think put the blame where it's due.
Right outside Sydney Uni, and as you can imagine, it's woke as far as the eye can see.
Oh no, look.
It's all rainbows.
Look. Love hearts in rainbow colours.
I mean,
fuck!
These City of Sydney advertising big, whatever they are, screens that have just popped up everywhere, just have the one thing on them. Well, they got their own little agenda there, which I reckon is about the 5G, but yeah, that's another thing.
5G, plus turning my son into a gay communist.
When they put up the little 5G things above the on the telegraph poles, they don't like having. Oh, here we go.
Oh
keep
no!
Walking proudly, and then,
that's really bad. That's really bad because that's got probably gay people on it and rainbow. Let's see. Look, oh no!
Camp, obviously a gay solidarity group.
Communism.
Rainbows, City World Pride.
Marxism.
Briefs, dirty laundry, bunch of dudes dressed as women.
Not allowed.
A couple of blokes here, the Dan Dawes show.
Ban it.
Two men having a cuddle.
Not allowed.
Gay Sydney memoir, a couple of other dudes having a cuddle.
Illegal.
And World Pride, blah, blah, blah. So if you go to the Seymour Centre, you don't have an option but to see LGBTQI++ stuff. It's like you can't go and see a heterosexual show.
What is the straights gonna do? There's no such thing as a straight man. What about a cinema, cunt?
And
we're going for another run looking for more gay things.
Past the dudes with beards and moustaches, advertising Johnny.
Here we go.
Johnny Walker. Then you got this. So you're gonna have your photo taken with the wing.
This is Scottie Marsh again. This is Scottie Marsh's dick wings.
The dick wings I've been doing for years. They were actually a response to. I went to Los Angeles one year with my girlfriend, and there's those fucking corny angel wings everywhere with fucking people taking selfies and shit with them.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, it'd be good if they were all tiny dicks and they just didn't realise till they got home. So that's how the dick wings actually started, as a troll to like Instagram models, basically. And then at Mardi Gras, I was like, oh, it's a fucking great Mardi Gras gag. I do a few rainbow ones sticking around town. Everyone has a laugh, you know what I mean? So I do that every year. I've been doing it for fucking years. So.
And to me, it looks like, and it is, oh my fucking God, it's a bunch of penises.
It is.
Dick wings.
Yeah,
so this is what it is. It's a collection of penises all sitting here for the kids to enjoy.
Yeah, for your sons to become gay communists.
The whole thing is
If you look at that, you immediately love dicks. You want just, when I look at that, I want to suck every one of them.
Fucked. The whole thing is about grooming. The whole thing is disgusting, and nobody does a thing about it.
Do you know how you get kids to be gay? You trick them by showing them certain pictures.
If I had a kid now, how many kids come
If you had a kid now, he'd be a gay communist.
and get their photos taken with a selection of 50 penises? It's just... And whoever fucking Scottie Marsh is, what a fucking douchebag of a bloke doing that shit.
You're so evil, Scotty.
So this is Sydney. You know, people could think, oh, you're a fucking homophobe, you're a fucking transphobe, you're fucking this, you're fucking that.
Yeah.
But
I had this like wholesome-looking grandma sent me a message this morning telling me that the dickwings have 6 colours instead of 7 in a real rainbow, and 6 is the Satan's number, and therefore the dickwings are satanic, and I'm a satanic child grooming pedophile.
Oh no, Granny's been using the internet a bit too much, I think.
She's fucking going hard on the facey.
Genuinely like to know if this whole, indoctrinating children into the global Marxist gay is that actually turning your son into a gay communist?
You've been doing the dickwings for years. Tell me, have your dickwings ever turned anyone's son into a gay communist?
No, and I don't think they've summoned the devil yet either.
No.
But, there's still time.
And if it has happened to you, if your son is a gay communist because of a picture, please let me know in the comments. Because I'd love to know. Is your son turning gay because of pictures, illustrations and images? Did you turn gay from pictures? Do pictures teach people to be gay? Was this a global Marxist conspiracy which made all of your sons gay communists? Perhaps an actual rainbow is gay propaganda, mainlining gay into your communist son's veins. After all, that's a very big picture. It's across the whole sky. That's huge. And we're a whole generation of people made to be gay communists by drawing dicks on the Herald Sun. Remember that? Perhaps. Because remember, that had lots of dicks in it. That was all about dicks. And you remember, when we've already established that dicks make your son a gay communist immediately. That's how that happens. So I need to know. Let me know, please. And tell me in the comments. Let me know. But just remember, no matter what all those dicks and rainbows did, these ones are okay. Because they just leave your son in the native state that he was meant to be, his natural state of being a heterosexual lumberjack. The native state that your Judeo-Christian God intended him to be. Listen, you might think you're a children's rights activist or something, mate. You might feel very moral, very righteous right now. But you aren't immune to propaganda. Patreon.com/Tom Tanuki.